Now, when it comes to negotiating scholarships, how receptive are you to that, and what works essentially? What is successful for applicants when looking to boost their scholarships?
So we went this year to a formal form and formal request process that we've actually closed as of this week. Um, Things we're receptive to are, and the reason we did the form is because we were just receiving a ton of emails essentially saying, I need more money, or Baylor's really expensive. Can I have more money? And so, but they wouldn't do the work to look at cost of attendance, because there's cost of tuition, and that's just the tuition, the charge that you get to be a student. Then there's cost of attendance, so that is books and living expenses and everything you need to be a person for the year of law school. And very rarely, but every once in a while, it would happen that we actually ended up coming out as the less expensive option. So people they were just asking because they were told to ask and told to negotiate. So it really helps if they sit down and do the work first, fill out the worksheet, really look at, okay, well, these are the schools that I've been admitted to, these are the offers, but here's Baylor. Look at not just their ranking, but also look at employment statistics and bar passage and things like that, because the school actually matters too. So just be a little bit more thoughtful in the ask, and maybe talk a little bit more about, why you really want to come to Baylor. Are you just asking to ask, or are you asking because you genuinely want to be at Baylor? Because I know, and it's important for applicants to know that law schools talk. We know each other. I have best friends at other law schools, and I'll hear things that applicants are saying about Baylor to other law schools, or I will hear about, hey, they took my scholarship increase and we're just using it to increase it at another school, and they're gaming the system. So unfortunately, I'd love to give law school for free to everybody, and it's just not feasible. So be really thoughtful and kind and professional, and remember that this is a faculty audience. I'm not the one making the decisions on this. It is my faculty, and so they want to see that you've really put in the work and the effort to think long and hard about it. But I'm personally receptive to it, and I encourage you, if it's a school that you really want to attend and you've really thought through it. But I also encourage you to look for external scholarship opportunities through bar associations and civic organizations. I encourage students once they get to law school to pay attention to those opportunities. I publish a series of opportunities every quarter. So there's other ways to earn funding too. Also do it early. I mean, it's February 24th, and we've already closed our negotiations for now. We may open back up in April once we have some deposits in, but it's important to make sure you're having those conversations a little earlier too.
Right. And I love the idea of making a well-reasoned argument for why you need a scholarship increase. So you could say, these are my costs, these are my other offers, this is the expected cost of living, where you really do your homework and make the calculations. I think that would be much more compelling as well than just writing a couple of sentences as like a pity party.
100%. And I think I want applicants to know that we are humans and we understand. And I know how expensive Baylor is, very personally, as someone who went here. And so I think, and I want them to also know that they're not alone. And I think a lot of people are so anxious about the fact that maybe they didn't have loans in undergrad, or maybe they are coming out with a significant amount of loans from undergrad, and this is their first time where they'll just be paying for school on their own. You're not alone. Everybody is totally overwhelmed by this situation. And that's why we also encourage you to pick up the phone and talk to us about smart borrowing. I will sit down and work with you on a plan that doesn't mean taking out the max loan available to you. There's a free company called Access Lex, where they have great tools and planning for graduate students. So I want them to certainly know that we all understand how expensive law school is, and we want to help you. We want to have conversations with you and try to make it less overwhelming so that you can make a real reasoned decision.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.